Lesson 4, Topic Multi-Step Inequalities. Learning target, I can solve and graph multi-step inequalities. First off, some vocab review. An inequality is a mathematical sentence formed with one of the following symbols. Reminder what our symbols mean. We have less than, which when we graph it has an open circle. Greater than also has an open circle. And then remember when we add this line underneath, that adds that equal to piece. So less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and those both have the closed circle. And just like before, solving multi-step inequalities is just like solving a multi-step equation. So when you have this all written down, go ahead and resume the video and we will do some practice examples. Solve and graph the following inequality. On the left here, you can see our steps to solving inequalities. They're the same as steps to solving an equation, except for that last step is to graph your solution. So we're just going to start going down our list. Distribute. Remember, distribute means you have parentheses and you're going to multiply. Since we don't have any parentheses in our problem, we're going to cross that off and keep going. CLT means combine like terms, meaning if they both have a variable like 6n and 8n, we can put those together to make 14n. And then if they both have no variable like 3 and 2, we can also put those together to make positive 5, which is going to be greater than 33. I'm going to draw that line. We did combine like terms. Now we're going to undo addition or subtraction. We have plus 5 next to our variable, 14n plus 5. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. 5 take away 5 is 0, so I have 14n is greater than 33 take away 5 is 28. So we undid our addition and subtraction, and now that last step is undo multiplication or division. We have 14n, which is 14 times n. So we're going to undo that with divide by 14 on both sides, and we get n is greater than 2. So now we're going to graph that on our graph. We have 2 in the middle, 1 and then 3 on either side. It's just greater than, no equal to, so there's an open circle. And I'm going to shade on the side of 3 because 3 is greater than 2. All right, let's do another example. 4x minus 2 times the quantity 3x plus 7 is greater than or equal to negative 18. Draw that line there. First step is to distribute. This time we do have parentheses. They're right here around the 3x plus 7. So this negative 2, that minus 2, I'm going to take the sign with it. I'm going to distribute or multiply with the numbers inside. Negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times positive 7 is negative 14. Now I can bring down the rest of the problem, still have the 4x, the greater than or equal to, and the negative 18. Next step is to combine our like terms. So I see that 4x and 6x both have an x, so I can put those together, follow the sign in the middle, so 4x minus 6x, that's going to be negative 2x. Minus 14 is greater than or equal to negative 18. Did distribute, we did combine like terms. Now we're going to undo addition or subtraction. So when I read my equation, I say negative 2x minus 14. That minus 14 is the minus, so we undo that with plus 14 on both sides. Negative 14 and positive 14 cancel out, they make 0. So we still have negative 2x is greater than or equal to negative 18 plus 14 is negative 4. We did undo addition and subtraction, and now our last step is to undo multiplication and division. We undo this multiplication with division. Now remember, we're going to divide by -2 because we're multiplying x by -2, which means we have to divide by -2. The -2's cancel. We're left with x. -4 divided by -2 is +2. And now remember, when you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative, we have to flip that inequality. So it's no longer going to be greater than or equal to. It is now going to flip to less than or equal to. And now we graph that. So we put 2 in the middle, 1 on and 3 on either side. It is less than or equal to. We have that line underneath, so I'm going to close the circle at 2. And then I'm going to shade toward 1 because 1 is less than 2. All right, last example. Solve and graph the following inequality. We have 7 take away 8x is less than 4x take away 17. So now this one is kind of like a new one because if you see, we have x's on the left side. We have an x over here, and we have an x on the right. So let's see how we tackle this one. The first step is always distribute. We still have to take care of those parentheses if we have them. In this problem, we don't have any parentheses, so we're crossing it off, we're moving on. Now, the second step is no longer combine like terms. It's move variables to one side. Because we can't combine things that are on opposite sides of the equal sign. So I can't just combine my x's anymore. I have to move them. And when we move, we undo. So if I look, I'm going to highlight my variables. I have minus 8x, and I have positive 4x. So I need to undo one of those with its opposite. So I'm going to undo the minus 8x with a positive 8x. I'm going to get that to eliminate. But if I do plus 8x on the left, I have to do plus 8x on the right. I can't leave that by itself. Now, negative 8x plus 8x, they cancel out, they eliminate, they make 0. But I still have 7, so I bring 7 down. Still have that less than symbol. And then I have 4x plus 8x is 12x minus 17. So we moved our variables to one side. We don't have to combine like terms because we don't have any like terms that can be combined on one side. So we're left with these last two steps. Now, before we do those last two steps, I want to take a look at this equation. The way it's written might not be as most comfortable to you. Okay, if that happens and you want to switch things around, you're more than welcome to. You can switch the two sides. So if I switch the two sides, I have 12x minus 17 over here. I'm going to keep that in the same order. I'm going to keep the 12 first and the 17 last. And then I'm going to put the 7 over here. However, when you flip the sides of the pieces, you have to flip the inequality. That mouth has to stay open to the 12x minus 17 piece, not the 7. So now that we've rewritten that, I want you to finish solving that and to graph your solution. Check your work in Edpuzzle, and then move into your practice.